Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Atlanta Falcons. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Shut up! Keep the Pittsburgh. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
2nd and 2. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double-team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You know, last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Whatever they had for pregame meal last week, maybe they had it again.
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did it say over the door? Rush the passer. It's a philosophy. It's a statement. That's who they want to be, and they've been very successful with it.
Yeah, an opening drive sack. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop.
We want it. Come to my work.
They'll look to throw. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 36. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. He'll drop to throw. And this is caught at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
So 1st down went the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now back to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
Well, you know, he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to break. 55. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time. Snap.
And he'll give it here to his running back. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Go.
2nd and 6. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Tack McKinley makes that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 31-yard line.
First down, Packers.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go, deep, tighten up.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Well, another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Hey, Charlie.
Looking to throw on second down. Lawrence. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
Watch 61. Matchbox lights.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage. It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept you in a lot of games. And now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Right there, 54 Mike. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen.
2nd and 15. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Schwartz. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and 5.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he connects with Ertz. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
54. Yeah.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 34-yard line.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. DJ Moore, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Whip. Watch the whip. Get it.
And to give this time to the tailback. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55. Let's go.
On first down, Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there. And in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. We hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lawrence. He goes full extension, and he's got it. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 45-yard line.
Ready. AT Gator. Eat. They gonna need some therapy.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Let's go, baby. 6-6. Pull it hard. Hey, team 6. Team 6. We ain't giving up nothing today.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Let's make these babies crawl right now. Hey, Delta. 55. Bound to lose one. Check. 55.
From the gun, Lawrence. And that will be incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the 3rd quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
$12 yards on the return that time. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. On second down now, it's Jacobs. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Mike's 5-4. He don't know no better.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
Got it.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Hey, exit. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Too little, get it.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Lawrence. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
This is taken at the 18. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh.
At the 46-yard line.
Hey, high 7. 55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike. Yeah. Mike, now.
Throwing on first down. Lawrence. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A first down there on a pickup of 25. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
That's Check the out read. Check the backer.
Operating from the gun. Lawrence. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
54, check, watch 54, watch 54. Check tight end, check tight, check tight. Slam. Check 13.
They're going to look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go, T. Go get low.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
At the 36-yard line.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. Mike 55. Mike 55. Hey, orbit. Mike 55. Mike 55. Hey.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. He's got Evans. 23 yards on the play.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. The Packers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Back to throw. Lawrence. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Mike Evans, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Hopkins with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Man, if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball. I said, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Here's Jacobs, and he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Back to throw. And that's incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
They'll drop the throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now on 4th down, Ottage, the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at about the 14. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now they try the right side here. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Packers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Lawrence. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, Lawrence. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Now, listen, it's a team game. We know that. But where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again. But on offense, they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
Now a carry for Jacobs. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Looking to throw on second down. Lawrence. And this is caught by Evans. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, first and goal. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a first and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed.
Under 10.
On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't. Hey, Alpha. Check. 55 is my guy. 55. And let's pin the mirrors back.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the 13-year man puts it through. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. Now, we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got the 2-minute warning to come up? Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. Looking to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Schwartz. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. And his kick is indeed good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. Well, a little drop.